Hello everyone. So tonight's session we're going to be doing some work on our hips in the side leg lift series. We'll also be focusing a lot on our waist muscles and we'll finish with lovely extension stretches. So all you're going to need for later on is maybe just a little pillow or a rolled up towel to have with you. We're starting in a side lying position. So for this you want to have one leg on top of the other leg. Make sure that you line up your heels and your big toe. You can have that little pillow just for a little bit more comfort underneath the head, just between the head and the arm, and have your top arm here in the front for a little bit of balance, because you'll find that the side lying position is quite wobbly. Right. Feel elongation through the legs and the spine. You want to try and feel as long as you can in this position. Engage your tummy muscles. Also connect with your pelvic floor muscles. Remember that visual I always give you of camera shutters, just closing your camera shutters as you do this work. We're going to start doing this together and do it very slowly together so you can follow with me and also listen to my cueing for breathing. We'll inhale, lift the top leg, not too high, flex the ankle and then lower it back down. Let's do that again. Point the toe, inhale, lift, flex and lower. Point, inhale, lift, flex and lower. 3 more. Now just have the legs slightly lifted, about the same height as your hips, and let's start doing little circles, 5 in one direction, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Change direction, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now lift the top leg, stay lifted there, and as you exhale, reach up with your bottom leg. Squeeze the legs together and lower it together down to the floor. Lift the top, lift the bottom. Squeeze it together, lengthen it away from you and lower it down to the floor. So let's inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up, exhale down. Stay connected with your pelvic floor and your tummy muscles. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep those legs squeezing together, and as we exhale, we're going to lift both legs up and away from the floor. Doesn't have to be high, just focus on length through the toes, reaching away from your fingers of the arm that's underneath your head. And let's exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. 3 to go. Exhale and lengthen. Inhale, release. Exhale and lengthen and release. Exhale and lengthen, both legs together, squeezing together, and then release. Good. Now bend the knees, bring them in slightly. Take the pillow away and then place your elbow right underneath your knee. Right underneath your elbow. Have your hand on your waist, and as we exhale, we're going to lift those hips, press them forwards, so your knee and your hip and your shoulders is in a straight line here. Keep your head facing forwards, because sometimes you tend to look towards your knees, and remember that pushes your hips back. So we're coming into a side plank here for sort of a beginner version. Lower back down. So the breathing is inhale. Engage your tummy, your pelvic floor muscles, exhale and lengthen out. And 4 to go. Inhale and exhale. 3 to go. Inhale and exhale. Last 2 and exhale. Lengthen out. Last 1 and exhale. Good. Now come up onto the hand at a side diagonal position here, and we're going to lift onto the hand this time, reach the arm up, and then just rotate underneath, and then lift back up towards the ceiling and sit back down. Okay, we're going to do 6 of those together. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, reach up and rotate underneath. Inhale, up and lower down. Exhale, up and rotate. Inhale. For number 3. And lower. Exhale, up and rotate. And lower. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, up and rotate. Inhale and lower. And last one to go. Exhale, lift and rotate. Inhale, up and lower. So for those of you who come to my classes regularly, you'll notice that the elbow and the wrist is not lined up as I would normally cue you. There's a reason for that, so we're just straining the shoulder in a different angle. Okay, now take the knees, just bring them out in front of you so that we are in our seated mermaid position. Arms is nice and long. Lift your left arm, exhale over. Inhale and exhale over to the other side. Good. Inhale tall and exhale over into your mermaid stretch. And exhale over. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. Reach over for your pillow. We're going to need it on the other side. So we started on our left side. If you're on your right side, obviously change around so that you are lying on a different side this time. Bring your legs together, line up the heels and the toes. Reach your arm out underneath you and have that pillow between the head and the arm for a little bit of extra comfort. So to prepare, we're also bringing in the tummy muscles, so pulling it in. And we're also connecting with our pelvic floor muscles, so close your camera shutters. We're going to start together. We're going to inhale that top leg with pointed toes. We're going to flex and then we're going to lower it back down. Let's do 5. Inhale and exhale. And point, inhale, exhale. 3 to go. And exhale. Last 2. And exhale. Remember, it's not about height, it's about length through the leg. And exhale. And keeping that connection with your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor muscles. And exhale. Now that top leg is about the same height as your hip. And we're going to start little circles. So let's do 1 and 2 small circles. You don't want to move around too much. 3, 4, moving from your hip joint. 5, change direction. 1 and 2 helps to push the bottom leg down into the floor. 3, 4 and 5. Now lift that top leg and we're going to meet up with the bottom leg. Squeeze it together and then lower it down together. So it's inhale, lift and lift. Exhale, squeeze and lower. Inhale, lift and lift. Exhale, squeeze and lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift and lift. Exhale, squeeze and lower. Last one. Inhale, lift and lift. Squeeze and lower. Now glue both legs together, squeeze them towards each other, and as we exhale, we're going to lengthen the legs and lift them up. Not too high, it's all about length here. And then release it back down. Inhale. Exhale and lift. Inhale. Exhale and lift. 3 to go. Inhale. Exhale and lift. Inhale. Exhale and lift. And last one. Inhale. And exhale and lift. Good. Now bend the knees. Tiny little bit. Take the pillow away. And then bring your elbow underneath your shoulder. Hand on top of the hip. We're going to go into our side plank. Inhale, prepare. Connect with your tummy muscles and with your pelvic floor muscles. Exhale, lift. Press the hips forward so that your knee and your hip and your shoulder are in the same line. And watch the head. Keep the head facing forwards. And then sit back down. Inhale. And exhale. 4 to go. Inhale. And exhale. Keep on pressing your elbow down into the floor as well as you lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2. Inhale. And exhale. Last 1. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, we're going to bring ourselves up onto a straight arm at a diagonal line. And as we exhale, we're going to lift the arm up and then we're going to slide it underneath in a slight rotation. Reach it back up and then sit back down. Let's do 5 together of those. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift and rotate. Inhale. Okay, inhale. Exhale, lift and rotate. Come back up and down. Exhale, lift and rotate. Reach it up and down. Exhale, lift and rotate. Reach it up and come back down. One last to go. Exhale, lift and rotate. Back up and down. Now bring those knees forwards so that you're in your mermaid sitting position. Have your arms nice and long. And we're going to exhale, reach over to the left. Doesn't matter which side, we're going to do both. And over to the right. Inhale tall, over to the left, and over to the right. Last one, inhale. Exhale, over to the left, and over to the right. Well done. Okay, so we're going to go onto our backs now for a little bit of work into the oblique muscles, which is part, you've got inner and outer obliques and they form part of your core. You want to come down, have your head resting onto a pillow if you normally have those in my classes, and then bring your feet in a tippy-toe position with your ankles and your knees in the same line. So don't have the feet together, have them in a hip distance position. From here, interlace the fingers behind the head because we're going to give the head a little bit of support. We're going to reach our right leg away from us so that the legs, the upper legs are in the same position, parallel with each other. So as we bring ourselves into an abdominal curl, we also rotate over towards our bent knee. So I always say nipple to knee so that you don't think of pulling your elbow in. So this is a nipple to knee. It's your rib cage rotating. And you'll find that your waist muscles here on the left is actually shortening up a little bit. So those are your oblique muscles. Come back down, change leg positioning. So maybe watch this one first. You're going to reach your left leg, and as you curl forwards, you rotate left nipple to right knee. And back into center and come all the way down. Good. Let's do this together. So both of your feet on tippy toe position. We're going to start with our right leg. Curl forwards, rotate right nipple to left knee. And all the way back down. Reach your left leg. Curl forwards and rotate left nipple to right knee. And all the way down. And exhale, rotate left. Inhale down. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale down. Exhale, rotate left. Inhale down. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale down. Exhale, rotate left. Inhale down. As long as you remember to rotate away from your stretched leg. Over to the right, all the way down. And again, rotate away from your stretched leg. And down. And rotate to the right, away from the stretched leg. And all the way down. Well done. We'll need our little pillow again. So just come up into a position and grab it if it's not close. We're going to place the pillow between the knees. Arms are going to be nice and wide here. You stand tippy toes on the left. Right leg is stretched, so watch first. We're going to lean it to the left. Back into center. Bring it down. Lift the left leg. Lean it to the right. Back into center. Okay, so stand tippy toes. Let's start together, arms nice and wide. Reach your right leg, lean to the left. Reach your left and lean to the right. To the left. To the right. 3 to go. To the left. And to the right. Keep your neck and shoulders nice and relaxed. Chin towards the chest slightly, that helps. To the left. And to the right. And to the left, last one to the left. And last one to the right. Well done. Take that pillow away. We're going to now bring our left leg into a tabletop position. Remember, that's when the knee's over your hip joint and you're imagining a tray of glasses resting onto your shins. Lift one leg, then lift the other leg. Good. So from this position, arms can be down by the side. Watch first. We're going to reach that right leg into our single leg stretch position. Make sure that your tummy muscles is doming in here. You're not pushing your tummy muscles up. You're pulling in to stabilize your lower spine. We're going to lower that leg, lift it, bring it back into tabletop. Now we're going to do the same with the other side. Left leg, reach it out long, lower, lift, and bring it back in. Good. Let's do 6 on each side. We'll start with the right leg first. Right, lower on the exhalation and bring it back to tabletop. Left, lower on the exhalation. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and bring the knees in and just switch those muscles off and just wiggle from side to side. Well done. We're going to do the next exercise is sort of a preparation exercise for the rollover exercise. So just have your right ankle over your left ankle, slight bend in the knees here. Your palms is going to be facing down because you're actually using the palms by pressing down into the floor. So this is a bit of a shoulder extension exercise. On the exhalation, pull the tummy in and we're going to press the feet up to the ceiling. Just like that. Try not to use too much momentum. Do it nice and controlled, even just a very gentle initiation of that movement if you don't have the strength yet to push it up. So let's do it together. We're going to do 6 of these. So inhale, exhale, lift, exhale, lift, and 3, and 4, and 5, and last one. Well done. Now cross the right leg all the way over the left knee. Grab a hold of the back of the legs and then we're just hugging the knees in towards the chest. And this gives us a lovely stretch into the hips. Now we're going to fold the right ankle over the left ankle. We're going to do another 6 of those hip lifts. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. 2 more. Press down into your palms. Last one. Now take the left knee over the right knee, grab a hold of the back of the legs, and then hug the knees in. Getting a little bit of a stretch there into your hips on the left. Good. Unfold the legs, lower one, lower the other, and roll onto your tummy. Have your legs nice and wide into a V position. Have your arms into L shapes. And we're going to do the swan dive. So watch first so that I can remind you of good technique. Forehead will be down. And if you just visualize peeling yourself away from the mat. So you lift your head, you lift your chest, but you've got to put your tailbone in a position where it tucks down towards the floor. This is going to help protect your lower spine and also pull in your lower abdominal muscles naturally if you do that tucking down of the pelvis. If you don't feel the lower abs moving, then pull them in. So you've got to get the pelvis in position. Once you've lifted your head and your chest, your pelvis is in position, you start thinking about length through the legs, reaching from the hip joints. Don't tense up into your ankles. For some of you, that's going to cause some cramps. And then press down into your palms. You're reaching your arms nice and long, just to where you feel the stretch in the front body. Your shoulders is nice and relaxed. So we're not looking up here. We're looking down towards the floor, maybe the area between the hands. And then you're just focusing on openness in the front body here. You'll feel the work in the shoulders, you'll feel the work in your gluteal muscles as well. And then you just slowly reverse that whole movement. Feel your tummy going down, your lower ribs, the rest of your chest, and finishing with your forehead down onto the mat. Good, let's do 3 together. Inhale. Pull the tummy in, tuck the tailbone under, and lift the head, chest. Make sure your pelvis is in position. And press into your palms. Reach those arms as long as you feel You have control over the movement and there's no pinching in the lower spine. Lots of length in the front body. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale here. And then release. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back into your swan dive stretch. Inhale, hold. And then release. And one more. Inhale. Exhale and peel away segmentally away from the mat. Feeling length in the legs. Tailbone is tucking down, tummy is engaged. Remember the camera shutters, close them, shoulders are relaxed. Now stay here and we're going to bring the chin to the chest. Roll the chin to the right shoulder. Roll it to the left. Roll it to the right. Roll it to the left. Roll it to the right. Roll it to the left. Back into center and lower all the way down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, pull the tummy in and peel away. One bit after the other. Do it nice and slow. Once you're up there, bring your chin to your chest, roll it to the right, roll it to the left. Keep on stretching those legs away from you as you do this chin roll. Roll it to the left, roll it to the right, one more time to the left, back into center, and lower back down. Now bring your feet together, bring your hands to your chest, tuck your toes under, press yourself up, and then bring your knees into a nice wide position. Your bum is down onto your heels, and then from here walk your hands away. And we're going to sink the chest down towards the floor. Now if you get to this position and you're pretty stiff in your knees, remember you can press pillows just behind the knees so that you don't have to go into deep flexion like that. Or if you can't get all the way down with your head to the floor, use that pillow to relax your head down so that there's no tension in your neck. Find a position that works for you. Now inhale here. And exhale, sink into this child stretch. And one more inhale. Good. We're going to walk the hands over to the left. So if your pillow's there, just go over the pillow and then walk the hands to the left. Get a lovely side body stretch here and inhale. Walk the hands all the way over to the right and inhale. And back into center. Relax the head down. Take the hands, interlace them behind the lower spine. And then reach up to the ceiling. Getting a lovely stretch in the front of your shoulders. Openness in your chest. And then release the arms down. Now slowly roll up. Tuck the tailbone under, down to the floor. Round in your lower spine, into your mid spine, until your head's back on top of your spine. Standing up. Well done. So a quick Pilates fix for your whole body. Inhale up and exhale, swing it out. Inhale up and exhale, swing it out. Last one, inhale up and exhale, swing it out. Well done, and I'll see you in the next session.